It's Ads here with a special all-time rivals clash. The response from our all-time NBA draft has been amazing, and we got a recent comment on one of the videos from William, who would like his team, his all-time team tested, simulated against another fans and our resident NBA fan. That's right, Hoopsfan has submitted his all-time 90s lineup. Let's go through these lineups now, because this is a special simulation. This is outside the regular all-time draft. This is a viewer special, and if you would like your video to or your team to be simulated on one of these videos, just drop it in the comments down below. Let me know your full minimum 10 player squad, which coach you'd like. It has to be recent on 2K20, obviously, but if you want a specific playbook or you want to go into detail with rotations, not a crazy level of detail, but just the basics, so we can get a good simulation. I'll make that happen. We'll reach out to people like Hoopsfan and a couple of the other regulars, maybe even Punter can throw a team together and get that simulation happening. But let's have a look at Will's all-time team, which he submitted on a previous video. I think it was week 1 of our all-time matchups. Now, he's got LeBron James at the point guard, KLAY Thompson at shooting guard, Kevin Durant at the small forward, Giannis Antetokounmpo at the power forward position, but he might switch to the center occasionally. We've got Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon at the center, and delving into the bench, I'm noticing there is a lack of point guard, but this could be a strategy. LeBron can run the point, and look, a bunch of these guys can handle the ball. Anthony Davis was a guard in high school, so we've got Kawhi Leonard, we've got Clyde the Glide Drexler, we have Anthony Davis, Paul George, and why not? Let's add the youngest. We'll call him a superstar. We know his career is going to be amazing. It's Zion Williamson in there at the 10 spot in Will's all-time team. Now, on to Hoopsfan. He has gone for a theme. He has gone his all-time 90s lineup. Now, I noticed Hakeem may have been on that lineup originally, but we've made some adaptations to make sure there are no duplicate players. Okay, so at the point guard, we have John Stockton. At the shooting guard, I don't think there's any debate. Michael Jordan, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, arguably the greatest of all time, going head-to-head, funnily enough, with another person that's in the contention for greatest of all time in LeBron. At the 3 for Hoopsfan, we have Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan's partner in crime. We have Karl Malone, who's also John Stockton's partner in crime. And the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, starting at center. Going into the backups or second unit, we have the Glove, Gary Payton, Patrick Ewing as the backup center, Grant Hill, who drinks Sprite, by the way. Grant Hill as the backup small forward, Dennis Rodman at the power forward, and an early three-point specialist. We've got Reggie Miller, who probably was a surprise. The 2 spot was an interesting one to fill. We did have a couple of candidates there, but Reggie, definitely a good selection there by Hoopsfan. Let's see how these two go head to head. We've chucked it into NBA 2K. We're ready to do the simulation. 12-minute quarters. I'll be back at halftime. We're gonna do a recap. I'll do the recap at halftime. I'll be back for a post-game recap as per the normal all-star matchups. Look, give it a big like if you like this video. As I said, if you do want to submit your all-time team or a thematic team to go up against somebody else, please drop the names of the players you want with the rotations, etc. in the comments below. Also, you can check us out on Simulation Saturday on Twitch TV. Channel link is in the description as well. And without further ado, let's get into this all-time rivals clash. It's the Boston Celtics with Will's all-star team versus the Los Angeles Lakers with Hoopsfans. Let's go.
The Celtics strutting through the tunnel earlier on. The Boston faithful waiting to cheer them on as they get set to take the floor. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. An aerial view of downtown Boston, our location tonight, gives you a great idea of the beauty of this historic city. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And now the Lakers starting group. They've got Stockton. Pippen is out there with Malone. Then it's Jordan. And it's Shaq in at the 5 down low. And for Boston, Durant is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Olajuwon. And it's LeBron James. And it's Thompson in at the shooting guard. Well, Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason. And the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
Now here's Pippen. Pass to O'Neal. Malone outside. Stockton outside. 6 to shoot. Pippen for 3. Offensive rebound. Malone. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Boy, the focus from Malone impressive. Not allowing the defense to get the better of him on these difficult finishes.
And stolen by Jordan. Lays it up off the glass.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Antetokounmpo passes to Thompson. The feed to James. Over Stockton. And James with the basket on the assist by Thompson.
Analytics says that you should ignore the mid-range jumper. No, not with LeBron. With him shooting, I'll bank on any shot he takes.
Now here's Pippen. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Jumps up. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it.
A jaw-dropper emoji is what I look like right now. Incredible.
Pippen kicks to O'Neal. 6 on the shot clock. Fires from the wing. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
And how about O'Neal zipping passes over to his guys, using that height to find open teammates.
From deep, Giannis. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. O'Neal with it. Here's Stockton. Back to Shaq. Here's Malone. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Malone, a remarkable power forward. His footwork, incredible. And that jump shot is wet.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game. That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. The Celtics have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. James right side. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Not going to miss many chances from that range. That's LeBron's wheelhouse there.
Lakers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Greg Popovich and I did speak a few minutes ago. And with this team, it's all about getting out in transition and using their team speed. He said, look, if we get a rebound, we got to be off to the races. This has to be a track meet. So we may have a wild one tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks, David. Now, here's Thompson, following the miss by Michael Jordan. Thompson against Jordan, and stolen by Jordan. Stockton left side, pass to Pippen. And here's Malone. Here's the pass to O'Neal. Clock at 6. Here's Stockton. Misses off the right iron.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Here's O'Neal. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Jordan. Hakeem Olajuwon with the rebound.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
James, the pass to Thompson. Back to James. Thompson outside. Shot clock at 5. For the 3. Not going to go that time. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Outside Pippen. Malone left side. Nice D from Durant. And KD's got the ball here for Boston. They trail by 1. Here's Antetokounmpo. And some very quick points for him on that possession.
Like that creativity down in the paint. Antetokounmpo showing you how crafty he can be scoring from there.
And the Lakers decide to take their first timeout here.
Well, you know, it's hard to overstate the impact that Giannis has on the floor with his play. I mean, he gives you so much at both ends of the floor, offense and defense, and really draws a lot of attention from the opposing team.
And it gives us a chance here to check out some stats on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Great showing for him last season, putting in about 27 points a game, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays.
Now, here's Thompson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. The efficiency of Giannis, Clark, that's just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. For years, people were asking, how scary is Giannis going to be? Well, we got our answer pretty much in the form of he's a nightmare.
And here's Stockton after the three-pointer from Klay Thompson. Here's Jordan. Malone trying to break free. Jordan's shot is off.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Jordan against Thompson. And here's Giannis from outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Stockton outside. Dishes it to Pippen. Can they get it? That shot, no good. Now Boston takes it the other way. Here's KD. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Now here's Malone. Now Stockton. Olajuwon with the block.
Olajuwon is a ferocious defender and rim protector. Really excels at slapping shots away.
And Clark, when you were playing, I imagine the pre-draft process was a lot different than it is today.
No doubt about it. I mean, I came out in 1982 after my junior year, Kevin, and at that time, if you were a guy who was declaring early, you basically just had to go on whatever knowledge and information you could get from whoever, because there was no allowing you weren't allowed to go to a workout. Teams could interview you, but there were no on-court workouts, so it was totally different than today.
And both free throws good for LeBron.
Well, there are only a handful of players who've been on the line more often than LeBron, and no surprise, every one of them a Hall of Famer. That's where he's headed to.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. The Lakers second.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
Here's Jordan. Olajuwon with the block. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Good, and the assist goes to James. And that's now 7 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers with the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Here's LeBron. John Stockton making his last shot. Now here's James. He has 6. Here's Durant. And it's sent back by O'Neal.
Love seeing O'Neal use his body to come up with those blocks. An imposing force and a pretty consistent defender as well.
And how about the reach of O'Neal there? A huge target for his teammates on these alley-oops.
Here's James following the basket by Shaquille O'Neal. It's good. 8 points for LeBron.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Jordan up top. He's covered by Thompson.
And another miss. Whew, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
Jordan, the pass to Malone. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Malone's got 5.
Boy, Malone has a deadly jump shot, especially from the mid-range. Doesn't get any better watching him knock that down.
Passes it to Thompson. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Nice ball movement by Boston. KD on the wing. A floater. Offensive rebound. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That's on Shaq.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's hard to avoid fouling Durant, but the problem is he hits nearly 90% of his free throws for his career.
The Celtics have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And he makes the first.
And as hard as he is to defend, Durant spends about as much time at the free throw line as anybody.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Davis is checked in for Olajuwon. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And Clyde Drexler has subbed in for Klay Thompson. Durant hits them both.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
Payton passes to Hill. It's stolen by Davis. Here we go, one-on-one. Drexler's shot is off.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
5 on the clock, and he comes up with the deuce. And here's Leonard.
So well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Now here's Payton, still looking for his first bucket in this one. And here comes the break. Here's Drexler. Second chance shot. No good that time. Great D that time from Payton. Good D by LeBron.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Now here's Drexler. Here's Davis. Drains it from 17 feet out. And the Celtics lead by 11.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
To the inside, and finished off by Davis.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Now here's Payton. Pass to Ewing. 1:10 left to play here in the first. Grant Hill on the wing. From deep, shot clock at 6. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip end.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
And great instincts, too, guys, anticipating where the miss was going.
And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. George is checked in for Durant. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Leonard. Coming off a terrific season. 7th in scoring. And, of course, he's got a nose for the ball. He ranked in the top 10 in steals last season.
And back to his points per game average last year. He literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. Paul George with the steal. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by George. And the Celtics lead by 13.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Ewing misses. And so James will bring it up for the Celtics. Kicks it to Drexler. To the middle. Here's Davis. Outside Leonard. Pass to LeBron. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Boston Celtics. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. We come back right after this. Already a superstar, Antetokounmpo talked about how much more he can improve.
I'm just trying to focus on the court. What's my next step as a basketball player, because I know this is just the beginning. I haven't even reached my potential yet. I think I have a long way to go, and maybe one day I can be top 10 in all those things. I feel like I can do that.
I think he's already a top 5 player. With his skill set and physical tools, he can be an all-time great.
He's shown the dedication. I think he's only going to get better.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a very convincing performance from the Celtics so far.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
Anthony Davis is out there with Kawhi Leonard.
2 shots.
Then it's LeBron James. Then it's Paul George. And it's Drexler in at the 2 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. That one is off. Mark, it seems that guards are rebounding now more than ever. What do you make of that trend?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a function of how the game is played. More and more teams play small ball, where they really don't have a big guy out there or a traditional center out there. You may have guards and wings, and oftentimes your tallest guy might be 6'8". So it makes it important for guards and everybody to rebound the ball. So I think you see more guards getting more rebounds because of teams playing small ball as a function of the three-point shot's importance in the game.
Here's LeBron following the basket by Gary Payton. Back to LeBron. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Now here's Payton. Rodman trying to break free.
LeBron, one of those players who gets fired up by defense as much as offense, and that block going to put a major bounce in his step.
Outside Leonard. LeBron James on the wing, covered by Payton. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
You know, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who've won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
And he makes the first but misses the second. Lakers trail by 15.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Payton kicks to Miller. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. And now the fast break. LeBron with the ball. And the dunk by James.
Tell you what, even though he's a little older now, James still a force in transition.
The Lakers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Payton against LeBron. The pass to Hill. Right side, Rodman. He kicks to Ewing. Just 4 to shoot. Davis with some nice D.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Here's Payton. Following the basket by Anthony Davis. Right side, Rodman. He feeds it to Ewing. They need this. And Davis sends it back.
Well, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
I mean, he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Williamson is checked in for the Celtics. Now we'd like to take this moment to show you the teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively. And boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
Drexler. That one doesn't drop. So the Lakers will take it the other way. Miller inside, working on James. Rodman kicks to Hill. And Davis sends it back. Here's James shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Then as Rodman picks one up.
You know, when James is looking to score, he puts defenders in really tough spots. And when he's aggressive and tenacious, watch out.
He's gone 3 for 4 from the line.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. Mark, you know, some players just don't need a lot of risk. They can play basketball all day, every day, and don't want to be taken out. They've all got a lot of engine in them.
Yeah, they do. 24/7 guys, we call them. They don't need a lot of fuel, and it seems like they never are out of fuel. Guys like Paul George and Russell Westbrook come to mind.
That one misses. Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers in their last game, a loss to the Rockets. Stockton passes to O'Neal. They need this one over Thompson. And there's Shaq. That's good on the assist by Stockton. Shaq's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, I love watching Stockton share the ball. He does it with such a plum. He's unselfish and always looking for the open man.
Loads it up for Davis. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I think the pass was even better. I mean, that was room service delivery at its finest.
So it's the Celtics now. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by. Thompson outside. Knocks it loose. To the paint. Pippen with it. George picks him up. For the finish. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
Pippen, simply put, one of the best small forwards of all time. A defensive powerhouse and a fearless scorer.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And the first one drops. And the Celtics making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. And both free throws good for Pippen. Clark, take us inside the halftime locker room in the NBA.
Well, players typically just regroup individually. There may be some conversation between the players as a group, but then the coaches will huddle, evaluate what transpired in the first half, what adjustments need to be made, and then they'll communicate that to the team. And it's basically a time to rest and regroup for the players to adjust and strategize for the coaches.
Clark, do you think there's any videotape review in there, maybe showing players certain sets, certain schemes?
In this day and age, for sure, with the use of iPads and technology. If you go back to my time, there was no quick turnaround of video in the halftime locker room.
Right. I do know officials do that, too, in their locker room at halftime. They get a hand on it. Malone with the steal. Jordan against Thompson. Jordan the pass to O'Neal. His second miss, now 2 of 4 on the game. Boston leading by 17. James the bounce pass. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
For Boston, they have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Olajuwon's checked in for Davis.
And George has learned a lot and I think continues to evolve as a leader. He relishes the chance to deliver for this team.
The shot comes out. Good work defensively by Pippen. Pass to Malone. Over George. Malone's shot good. Malone's got 7.
I like the touch from Malone inside there. I mean, one of the most accomplished scorers in the game, without a doubt.
Got a piece of it, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Sunday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets. Then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz. Durant's checked in for George. Olajuwon against Shaquille O'Neal. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Hakeem Olajuwon.
And O'Neal, clearly one of the biggest human beings you'll ever see. A mammoth of a man. About 1/7 of a ton. And yet, unstoppable.
That's good from O'Neal. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Durant for three. Malone with the rebound. Malone's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Pippen. Malone trying to break free. Los Angeles with another miss.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Just 5 to shoot. And here's Giannis from outside. Drains it from beyond the arc. Giannis has got 10 points in the game. Lakers trail by 20. Stockton dishes to Pippen. Lakers working the ball around now. Fades away. No good from Jordan.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over.
Boy, he is so dangerous from this area, guys. Even when Giannis is defended tightly, he powers through it.
Now here's Stockton. Lets it go from the wing. Misses off the left iron.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Durant against Pippen. And the rejection by Pippen.
And it's always been about the effort defensively for Pippen, known as a stopper and a fantastic shot blocker to boot.
Stockton, good.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
You know, guys, if they're inside, that shot probably gets blocked. But from mid-range, I mean, he's able to get it off over the bigger defender there.
That's a Durant special, knocking down a mid-range shot right in someone's face.
Stolen by Thompson. And they're on the break. Tipped away. And it's the Lakers on the break. Pippen with it. Guarded now by Durant. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Giannis passes to Thompson. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. Again, Los Angeles.
And when Jordan is in rhythm now, his pull-up game, deadly. Shoots it with such confidence.
James kicks to Giannis. Thompson looking for an opening. 17-foot shot on the way. No good from LeBron. Here's Shaq. And Hakeem Olajuwon pulls it down. Antetokounmpo finds James. Now here's Durant. Thompson outside. 6 to shoot. Over Jordan. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Such a graceful player. Hakeem is light off the ground there for that rebound, and then the skill to send that one home.
And a fast break now for the Celtics. Giannis with the ball.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
And Clark with Giannis, you could see the change in his demeanor last year. You know, he knew he was unguardable when he was on the floor.
Well, guys, you know you're special when you can say nobody can stop me, and the general consensus is you're right. I mean, I can't think of any player in the NBA that's really suited to guard Giannis with his blend of speed and strength and ball skills. That guy handles the ball exceptionally well for a big man.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Leonard, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo, and it's Drexler in for LeBron. The Lakers also making some changes. Ewing's checked in for Malone. Hill comes in for Scottie Pippen, and it's Payton in for Stockton. Jordan can't get it to go.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Drexler. They grab their own miss. Here's Olajuwon, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Hakeem Olajuwon, a transcendent talent. Late to the game, but my, oh my, what a beast of a big man. He's certainly a guy you can build a team around.
And Olajuwon drops them both. 9 seconds left in the second quarter. Payton with the ball from deep. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Boston, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, you're in a good position here at the break. What do you tell your team to make sure they don't let up?
Well, I don't think it's about letting up or playing better, or it's just playing the right way. We just have to play good basketball. And we talked about it before the game. That's our goal going into the game. That doesn't change no matter what the score is. So that'll be the discussion at halftime.
Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. He has bounced back nicely from what was a tough night for him in their last game. Judging by that first half, he's back to his old self. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
They looked like they were playing an easy game of picks and catch out there. The playmakers and finishers were in sync on every level. The assist disparity, now that was big. Now that's the reason why it's a blowout right now, and they played well.
Shaq, your take on the Lakers.
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they can control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side, my brother.
And after a very...
All right, before we get stuck into the second half, let's have a look at the box score, and the Los Angeles Lakers, the all-time team submitted for the 90s by Hoopsfan, is struggling. Is really, really struggling. Down 24 at the half, and I think the key here is John Stockton versus LeBron James. What a mismatch. If this were to be played over a series of 3, which we might very well do, just to see how how the lineups adjust. Wow. Just wow. The shooting percentages. I mean, the 90s team are shooting at 32% from the field, which is woeful in comparison to, I guess you'd call it Williams' 2000s lineup or 2010s lineup with a couple of veterans. So you've got Clyde Drexler and Hakeem, but the rest are modern-day players. Now, 1 for 6, the Lakers are shooting from 3. Not a whole lot better for the three-pointers from Boston, but it hasn't been a massive factor. What are we looking at key stats-wise? 14 assists to 8 in favor of the Celtics. Rebounding stats, well, look, Williams' team is leading by 10. Steals, blocks, not overly. Look, it's the shooting. Not going to lie, it's the shooting. Let's go and delve deeper into the box score. Let's go to the Lakers first because, wow, some troubles here. Reggie Miller yet to trouble the scorers. Grant Hill also 0 from the field. Gary Payton just the 2 points, but once again shooting absolutely woefully. No assists, not even a steal to his name. Dennis Rodman, look, doing what Dennis does. The Worm, 3 rebounds in 8 minutes, a couple of points. He's only taken the 1 shot, so can't really discredit Rodman there. Ewing, probably not the backup center that we imagined he would be. Arguments would say that if it was an all-time 90s, a complete all-time 90s lineup, that Olajuwon would go there. But Ewing and Robinson would have been the 2 selections. Ewing showing that maybe he's the 4th string as far as centers from the 90s with Robinson, because Shaq's a good call. Just the 1 rebound and 1 block in 8 minutes of basketball. Scottie Pippen. Now, this is an interesting one. Playing at the small forward at the moment, not a whole lot on the stat sheet. 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. However, if I were the coach here and Hoopsfan had known the matchup that LeBron was going to start at the 1, I would have Scottie Pippen running the point forward position, because while he is a good 3, he would match up well against LeBron. And I think we saw a few switches there in the second quarter where Scottie did go to work and not lock down, but contained LeBron better than most. Now we move across. John Stockton trying to get things going, but not really. He's turned the ball over more than he's assisted on the plays. Probably not used to the Lakers' playbook. Karl Malone, however, has tried to adapt. 7 points, 5 rebounds, and a steal. He's actually doing okay. We'll say he's doing okay. Michael Jordan, wow. Just wow. He's wearing purple and gold, and he's playing like another Laker golden child. 4 steals, but only the 7 points and 2 rebounds. Really, to his credit, he is 3 from 11 from the field. Very reminiscent of one Kobe Bean Bryant. Let's see if he can step up in the second half and really rally for Hoops fans, Lakers. Now, Shaq, the Big Diesel, has done a lot of work. 7 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. He's trying to keep this team in it, and he's going to have to do a whole lot more work. He's going to have to do a lot, shooting 50% from the field, which is better than a lot of his teammates, I can tell you that. Now, let's move over to the story of the night, and that is Williams' team. LeBron James, with the mismatch, has played the whole first half, 24 minutes, because no other point guard has been named. LeBron has done it all. He has got 16 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a big block. He is doing lots and lots of work. Can he keep it up, or will fatigue kick in the second half? The other mismatch for Hoops fan is Williams for position. Giannis Antetokounmpo is dominating that 4 spot. Malone, really not used to such an athletic 4. 14 points, 3 rebounds, 3 steals. Very active in the first half was Giannis, the Greek freak, going to work. Anthony Davis, very good inside with his 10 minutes on the floor, 8 points, 3 rebounds, a steal, and 2 big blocks from AD. Kevin Durant, I thought would do more at the 3 spot, but may have his hands full with the likes of Scottie Pippen and Grant Hill. 6 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. And we move in. Kawhi doing some work there on the defensive end. 5 points, but two critical steals there in the first half. Now, Hakeem Olajuwon, the veteran that's been inserted into this 2000s lineup. He's got 4 points, 10 rebounds, a steal, and 2 big blocks. Really protecting the paint in the first half. Let's see how he goes in the second. Klay Thompson has been defensively amazing. Scoreboard doesn't paint the true picture. He has been matched up on Michael Jordan, and boy, has he done a job. 18 minutes. He's just got the 3 points, just the 1 steal, but his on-ball defense has forced a lot of bad shots. Jordan has got the shooting yips. KLAY is doing an amazing job. Paul George, not a lot off the bench, but he's just kept the lead, kept things stable, playing his role. Zion, just a little bit of court time in the first half. Hopefully we see more of him in the second half. I mean, if this lead stays the way it is, we're likely to see a lot more of Zion Williamson. And Clyde the Glide hasn't really troubled the scorers, but has been active with a steal, a block, an assist, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. So he's definitely playing his part. It's going to be an interesting second half. That second quarter, I expected the Lakers to come back. However, look, this modern team, William has put together a gigantic lineup. No key or primary point guard with LeBron running things there has proven to be quite a good decision and very difficult for Team Hoopsfan to match up on. Let's get back to the action of the second half. I'll be back after the game for a full recap of box scores, and let's see who the player of the game is. I think at this stage, LeBron's leading the way. But let's get back to the action.
Lopsided first half. We'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
So the Lakers 5 right now. Malone is out there with Shaquille O'Neal. Then it's Pippen. Then there's John Stockton. And it's Jordan in at the shooting guard position. Pass to Pippen. Stockton outside. Down low. 4 on the clock. Malone, good.
Stockton's so good at passing the ball. One of the best dime droppers in the game.
Pippen against LeBron. And here's KD for 3. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. James has got 5 assists tonight. And Los Angeles guys shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Pippen against KD. Now here's Pippen. Defense right on him. And that's going to be a travel.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Durant. Last season, he played outstanding. 10th in free throw percentage, and he ranked in the top 15 in points per game, one of the league's premier offensive threats.
And again, you gotta love his commitment to excellence. He owns the free throw line. It's truly an impact part of his game.
Another one of those special nights for LeBron. I mean, you know, if he sticks around till he's an older fella, that all-time scoring career mark, wow, might be in jeopardy.
And so James will bring it up for the Celtics. There's the dish to Durant. Good work defensively by Pippen.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Now, here's Thompson after Shaquille O'Neal's piece. And Thompson gets it to go.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Pass to Jordan. Doesn't go for him. Good D by Thompson. Celtics have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Elijah on the pass to James. For 3, Durant. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. The Lakers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Jordan dishes to Pippen. O'Neal passes to Jordan. Lakers passing it around. It's Pippen on the way. Got him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage. Pippen's got 6. Boston's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. KD looking around. James kicks to Durant. And again, Boston with the triple.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Stockton passes to Pippen. Malone outside. The pass to Jordan. Malone trying to break free. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
Got to give Jordan credit there. I mean, he's got a knack for making tough shots in the paint.
James finds Durant. Thompson with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Here's KD. James trying to free himself up. KD's shot is good.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
It's Thompson off the drive.
Boy, much respect for the defense of Jordan. I mean, he gives his all on this end of the floor. I mean, fantastic at getting his hands up to block shots.
Passes it to Malone. Here's Jordan, defended by Durant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jordan can't get it to go.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Here is Stockton following the bucket by the Celtics. The 3, Pippen, and James pulls it down. LeBron's got 6 rebounds in the game. Pulls up on the wing. Oh, good on that one. Some solid defense from Pippen. With some arc. Good D by LeBron. And here's Boston. They're on a 17-6 run. Thompson outside. Back to Giannis. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 3rd assist on the night. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the 3rd. Olajuwon against O'Neal. Shoots over Olajuwon and misses it off the right side of the rim. For Boston, they've gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great 3rd quarter for them offensively. Here's Jordan, and it's Jordan with the jam.
Yeah, Pippen, a fantastic defender, and knows when to pounce on passing lanes to come up with the steals. Watch out.
Olajuwon kicks to James. Pass to Olajuwon. James outside. And it's blocked by Jordan. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Hakeem Olajuwon.
Hard not to respect how tough Jordan is inside. Really good at angling his body to pick up the foul call.
So Boston ends up going with a new group. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Patrick Ewing's checked in for O'Neal. Rodman comes in for Malone. Grant Hill, he's checked in for Scottie Pippen. And it's PAYTON in for John Stockton.
And guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far.
Here's Drexler. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Williamson. Got a hand on it. Hill against George. Fader on the way. And again, it's the Lakers. And we are talking about Anthony Davis. How do you even put into words, Greg, what he is able to do on the basketball floor?
I mean, he's entering the conversation among the best big men of all time. On a nightly basis, dominating in so many facets of the game. Really, it's remarkable.
Now, here is Hill, following the miss by Anthony Davis. PAYTON finds Hill to the left side wing. Davis against Ewing. The pass to Rodman. Here's Jordan. The shot that time, not on target. 3T that time from Leonard. Here's Drexler. That one goes in.
They're taking it right into the teeth of the defense, and it's a defense that's starting to look frustrated.
Well, they should be. I mean, it has not been a good performance for them at that end of the floor.
Tries it from 9. Ewing, good. Ewing's got his second basket of the night.
Very self-confident in the paint. Ewing excels at scoring close to the hoop.
Drexler passes to Williamson. The shot, no good. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Right side, Jordan. And he goes right over Paul George and slams it down.
And the high-flying antics of Jordan, simply awesome. One of the best dunkers this game has ever seen.
Drexler dishes to Williamson. Kicks it to Leonard. Over Hill. And it's Leonard missing. And here are the Lakers. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Payton passes to Ewing, and then Ewing with the jam.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And Greg, that kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip.
Lakers shooting almost 60% from the field here in the third. They are really feeling it. And Patrick Ewing with the slam.
Obviously a great athlete, but the length of Ewing also helps on those alley-oops there. Throw it up his way, and the rest is easy.
Now here's Leonard. 5 points in the game. Passes to George. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Hill. At the tip. Great positioning on the putback.
Okay, nice job here in the second half. Field goal percentage is way up from what it was at halftime when it was just barely above 30%.
Now here's Leonard. He kicks it to Williamson. One-on-one fast break. Here's Rodman. He dishes it to Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam.
Outstanding finishing there by Jordan. Terrific at getting inside and powering the flush down.
They could use a bucket. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Looking at some numbers for Anthony Davis. Last season, he played outstanding. He was around 26 points a game last year, 12 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
Here's Payton. That shot off. Davis with some nice D. Leonard inside. He's guarded by Hill. That one good for 2.
Yeah, and for mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Payton passes to Miller. Over George. Miller, no up. Boston leading by 22. Pass to George. Pass to Leonard. 4 seconds left. Great defense that time from Ewing.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And, you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Boston on top, running away with it. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the court for the Celtics, they've got Drexler. Williamson out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's James in at the point. Clock at 4. And Hill throws it down.
Yeah, one of the great in-game dunkers we have. Grant Hill, he might not put on a show with his dunks, but it doesn't make him any less impressive.
Now here's James. The rebound by Ewing. Ewing's got his 5th rebound in this one. Goes up from the top of the key. Payton, good.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Outside, Davis. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Here's Leonard. The Lakers with the rebound. Rodman's got his 6th rebound on the night. And it's Miller in the corner. Back to Payton. And there's the pass to Miller. Outside Rodman. Kicks to Payton. And stolen by James. Oh, and the jam by LeBron.
When LeBron's able to get into those passing lanes and come up with steals, he's looking to punish the defense at the other end.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Boston.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Olajuwon's checked in for Anthony Davis. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Williamson. Durant's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Thompson in for Drexler. The free throw drops for James. Clark, the NBA gives out so many awards at the end of the season. Is there an award missing that you'd like to see?
You know what? I think they've got the bases covered really well with the number of awards they give out, Kevin. But I would like to perhaps see consideration given to a sophomore campaign award. That would be kind of cool because sometimes the rookie of the year, at least recently, has been a little cloudy because a rookie had been in the league a year, Ben Simmons, case in point, and then was counted. It was actually technically his second year, but his first year of playing. So a sophomore award might be something worth adding to the list.
That's a great idea. The first one falls.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Stockton's checked in for Los Angeles. And Olajuwon drops them both. Clark, when you think of athleticism, specific, talk about the changes athletically we've seen in the league, say, since the 80s.
It's dramatically different. I mean, there have been tremendous athletes through every decade of the league's existence, but it's gotten better with improved training and more knowledge about the anatomy of the body and how to enhance its performance. But now it seems like great athletes are, you know, a dime a dozen versus 8 to a dozen back in the 80s.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Well, he only plays one way, and that's full throttle, all day, all the time, cold-blooded and lethal.
Lakers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Pippen kicks to Malone. Lakers working the ball around now. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Pippen trying to get open his shot. Shot's good by Pippen.
Yeah, Pippen using those long arms inside to get shots off. Feels like no one can guard him down low.
And stolen by Miller. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Passes it to Stockton. Outside Pippen. This one for 3. Rebound Boston. Olajuwon's got 13 rebounds in the game. And the dunk by Giannis.
And Giannis Antetokounmpo has some major hops. He's almost 7 feet tall. He makes it look effortless.
Here's Stockton. Malone. And it's slammed in by Malone.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Here's KD. The Lakers with the rebound.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Clark, do you think we in the media overemphasize championship rings when talking about an individual player's legacy?
Yeah, I think when you talk about an individual player's legacy, a player can be a champion without a championship ring. I know there's another level of champion which includes a championship ring, and sometimes it gets distorted in my estimation because an individual only has so much impact on a team being a championship team. There are no individual team champions. Teams win championships. Being a key player or a role player on the championship team is certainly worthy of recognition and being held in high esteem. But I don't like to see championship caliber players being diminished in the court of public opinion because they didn't win a team championship ring.
Like Stockton and Malone.
Exactly. You could go down the list of number of guys who just weren't, for whatever reason, able to get the ultimate in a team championship, but had championship Hall of Fame career.
And Durant isn't just a powerhouse on offense. He also has a great sense of timing for when to block shots.
How about the springs of this guy, Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek Freak? I mean, he just gets up off the ground like a rocket on these alley-oop chances.
Here's Pippen. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Outside Pippen. Shoots over KD. And Durant sends it back.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Pass to Pippen. Over Thompson. The Lakers rebound, but they get it back. And Shaq gets it to go.
Boy, a dominant big man is O'Neal. Superb control inside. And this dude will feast on the interior.
The last couple of years, Clark, we've seen a couple of Hall of Fame level players go on these farewell tours in their final year in the NBA. What a great way for fans of opposing teams to honor these terrific stars.
You know, I was a little bit mixed on how I felt about the farewell tours, but these two were handled so beautifully, and there have been others that have been handled great. It gives the fans an opportunity to express their feelings for some of the greats in the game, and that's heartwarming for all of us, I think.
Yeah, you and I were just talking about the way Kobe and Wade were terrific in their tour.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
James finds Durant. Now LeBron, guarded by Jordan. LeBron, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy.
Terrific.
Good. It's like whenever this big man gets fancy with it, O'Neal is a ridiculous dunker when he's this close to the rim.
And
been one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Here's James, and the layup's good off the glass. James has got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
And no let up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
And so James will bring it up for Boston. 16-point lead. Here's Antetokounmpo. The offensive rebound. Outside for Durant. Clock at 6. And another shot. The Lakers with the rebound. Pippen's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And the dunk by Jordan.
Efficiency personified there. Jordan scoring at will, taking over the game whenever he chooses.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, LeBron James.
Hey, guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens had to say to his team. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
That free throw good from Thompson.
Man, Thompson is phenomenal as a two-way player. A knockdown shooter from everywhere, challenged or unchallenged, and he defends at an elite level, too.
And so Thompson nails both of them. Lakers trail by 18. Stockton outside. Pass to O'Neal. And there's the call on James. That'll be his second foul of the game. Shaq passes to Pippen. To the right side. Just 5 on the clock.
And I just love how Durant goes so hard on the defensive side, making an effort to alter as many shots as possible.
Thompson in the post. He's against Jordan. Thompson misses.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
And the dunk by O'Neal.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Unless you're the team getting punched on. That would be the difference.
Here's Durant. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 5 assists in the game. Jordan against Thompson. With the floater. And Shaq with the slam.
O'Neal doing a nice job using his body so well whenever he has the ball. A top-tier scorer for sure.
LeBron dishes to Olajuwon. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Lakers going the other way now. And the rejection by LeBron. That free throw missing.
And he looks totally out of sorts here at the strike. Those defenders aren't afraid at all to body him up and force him to earn his points at the line.
Good on the second free throw. So it's the Lakers now, trailing by 17. Stockton against James. LeBron with the block. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Thompson. Malone with the block. Durant. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. That one on Pippen.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And some changes here for the Celtics. And Anthony Davis is checked in for Olajuwon. Williamson comes in for Antetokounmpo. Clyde Drexler has subbed in for Thompson. Payton outside. Feeds it to Ewing. And Davis sends it back.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Celtics.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And you could tell they were ready for this one today, guys. There was something extra on the line, and they wanted it.
Greg, I know exactly what you're referring to. I mean, with this victory, they'll get the edge in the season series by taking 2 of their 3 meetings.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for LeBron.
Boy, this game really had his name all over it. I mean, he relished being the guy to carry the load offensively.
And he can't hit the second. Clark, there are strong divisions and there are weak divisions. The NBA might be considering removing divisions altogether and having only 2 conferences. What do you think?
You know, that's interesting. I like the divisions because that's what we've been accustomed to, but just having straight conferences, I wouldn't see much harm in that. You'd adjust the schedule accordingly in terms of how many games you play within the conference and how many times each opponent, but I think that could work.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Now Miller. And he banks in the layup. There's 42 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Hill against KD. Beyond the arc. And that one is off. So the Lakers will take it the other way. And Hill has it in the corner. Lakers passing it around. Payton against LeBron. Payton kicks to Rodman. 5 to shoot. Here's Ewing. Rebounded by the Celtics. Now here's Durant. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Anthony, an impressive win, and it seemed like a collective effort out there tonight.
Guys come in and stepped up and played tremendously, so I just go out there and play, with all my energy and everything I had in me and leave it out on the floor, and I'm glad we got the win.
Hey, Anthony, thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you, man.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
All right, well, Williams' team of modern-day players with a couple of vets in Hakeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler has absolutely annihilated the Hoopsfan Lakers of the 90s. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Hoopsfan jumps on in the comments and demands a rematch. What a mismatch. LeBron James dominating the game. Look, John Stockton versus LeBron does not seem fair in the slightest. But, yeah, even the likes of Jordan. Jordan wasn't great in the first half. Let's look at the box score. Starting down the bottom, Reggie Miller really never did much at the two-guard spot when he was in the game while Jordan was resting. I'm actually surprised Coach Pop didn't just bench Miller and say, you know what, MJ can play 48 minutes. The Worm, Dennis Rodman, did his best. Only the 16 minutes, but you know, there needed to be more. -2 overall, so his contribution on the floor wasn't unnoticed, and in the second half, they did sort of rally. Everyone was made to do a role, and Rodman, in a very bad side, did a great job for what he was required to do. The glove, Gary Payton, the other man that was, I suppose, poorly matched up against LeBron. 4 points, 1 rebound, a couple of assists, and a block, which is pretty impressive from the glove. Grant Hill, look, he had his work cut out for him against Kevin Durant and Kawhi and Paul George. Look, a good player, but I think he was just outmatched today. 5 points and 4 rebounds, couple of assists. John Stockton, story of the night, -12, probably should have been a lot more. 6 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists. He was playing against one of arguably the top 5 players of all time, and very, very undersized versus LeBron. 32 minutes. He did his best. We'll leave it at that. Patrick Ewing, look, he picked it up in the second half. 8.7 rebounds, a steal and a couple of big blocks late. But that was sort of in junk time against the likes of Zion and whatnot. But Ewing, probably still, as we said at halftime, is probably the fourth. He's a top 5 center of the 90s, but probably not one of the top 2 that should have been there. I probably, in hindsight, would recommend that Hoopsfan considers the Admiral David Robinson in that position. Scottie Pippen, wow, what a defensive effort. Like, he may not have been huge on the scoreboard, but 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and a block. You saw him go to work against the likes of Kevin Durant and LeBron. Maybe in a rematch, Hoopsfan might consider running Pippen at the point. If you're going to play against a small forward running the point, this is probably the prototype point forward. Scottie Pippen can run the offense alongside MJ. Probably a good decision. Now, Karl Malone, the mailman, didn't deliver today, unfortunately, but 11 and 11, a solid double-double there. Tried his best, a steal, a block to go with that in 32 minutes of court time. Shaq, the big diesel, 20 and 10, 4 assists, a steal, and a couple of massive blocks. He was the shining light. He was the man that was keeping this team in the game. And he did his best, but unfortunately the likes of Hakeem he was matching up on, he had Giannis there at points, and AD, just too much for him, just too much. Williams' team was just too good. And the top scorer there, of course, the GOAT, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, 23 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 steals, 2 blocks. Tried to rally a comeback there in the fourth quarter. And in the second half, they did step up. They were better. Plus minus of 0. So Jordan definitely led the charge in getting this team back in to the game. Only one without a negative plus minus. Let's look at a couple of the highlights from the GOAT, Michael Jordan. Defensive and offensive highlights here. And some classic MJ shooting as well as jamming. Definitely not the reason this blowout occurred, although he didn't shoot great in the first half. 10 from 24 from the field. A lot of that poor shooting was in the first half. He was 3 from 11 to start off with. So it was 7 from 13 in the second half. 2 from 2 from beyond the arc. And the other highlight reel for the Lakers. There's not many highlights, but the big diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Few massive putbacks, asserting his authority underneath. But yes, definitely getting involved, and Michael Jordan and Shaquille O'Neal both doing everything they can, but their supporting cast not as prevalent as the team, Williams team. Wow, triple-double watch or what? LeBron James, 27 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, 3 massive blocks on John Stockton. He did it all. A very deserving player of the game. Massive 42 minutes. Talk about the king, LeBron. All right, now we delve deeper. Kevin Durant really stepping up there in the second half. 26, 8, and 2 with a couple of blocks. The Greek freak, Giannis, finishing with 20 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals. Shooting the ball quite well at 9 from 15 from the field. Anthony Davis in his limited minutes, not too bad. 10 points, 5 rebounds, a steal, and a few blocks. A lot of blocks for Williams' Boston lineup. Hakeem the Dream doing a job on the boards. 8 points, 15 rebounds, a couple of huge blocks there as well. KLAY Thompson, I think his job was more of a defensive one, locking MJ down for the first half. 7 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and a couple of key steals there to stop the momentum in the second half. KAWHI, as always, defensively sound, 2 steals there, 7 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Paul George didn't do a lot, but I mean, in a team of superstars, some players just have to sit back and do their role. 3 points and a single assist. Clyde the Glide, a man out of time, 2 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and a block. So definitely a great role player there. And Zion Williamson got a little bit of time, didn't trouble the scorers at all, but a rebound and an assist. So it was good to see Zion playing with some of the greatest players of all time and getting a run. He's going to get a feel for what it's going to be like, or what the bar is that he needs to strive for as a player. Now, let's just delve into the team comparison. This isn't going to be pretty for Hoopsfan, but Williams going to be absolutely ecstatic. Final margin, 17 points there. So the positive, I guess, for Hoopsfan is he won the second half. That's all we can take from this. If you look at the shooting, they improved in the second half. 43% from the field to 46. It's funny that the Lakers actually put up more shots. It's their shot selection, I guess, that did cost them. 3-pointers, shooting 40% from 3 were the Celtics, and that's a telling stat there. Let's get into assists, pretty even. Rebounding, it leveled up. The Shaq-Olajuwon matchup was quite good. Steals and blocks, everybody was... it was a very defensive-focused game, even though it's a relatively high score. Look, I think that first half is what really stitched things up for the Los Angeles Lakers and Hoopsfan. If this game were to be replayed, I would strongly recommend not so much some playbook changes, but definitely considering the use of maybe a small forward, maybe somebody else, just to guard LeBron and to not allow him that extra size inside, because those two matchups, will say Malone versus Giannis, but more importantly, LeBron versus Stockton, absolutely put all the nails in the Lakers' coffin. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Hoopsfan for submitting his 90s list, and a huge thanks to William for his comment and suggestion of running his team. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you want an all-time NBA lineup, please comment down below. The links to the Twitch stream where I will stream these games occasionally live will also be there. And if you want to check out some of our other all-time matchups, you can check the playlist there on the channel. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. Big thanks to William again. Congratulations on the win. That third quarter run was good, and it was really good to see how some of the modern players went up against some of the greats from the 90s. I'm Ads. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time.